Hey there, fabulous friends. Welcome to Echo English Stories. Do you want to brighten your English speaking skills? Then this story is absolutely perfect for you. Today I am excited to share a delightful story with you. You can practice shadowing as we enjoy this journey together. Remember, shadowing means listening closely, then joyfully repeating after the audio. This trains your mouth and brain to dance with English. This story is about a young girl who learns life's hardest lessons from nature. How a simple bamboo tree teaches her to be strong when times get tough. Sometimes the greatest wisdom comes from watching the world around us. Let's embark on this discovery together. Now let's happily begin the story. My name is Lily. This is a story about strength, resilience, and finding hope in difficult times. I am 16 years old. I live in a small village near a beautiful river. My home is simple but warm. My father is a fisherman. My mother works at the local market. We don't have much money, but we have love. I have always been close to nature. Every morning before school, I walk to the river. I sit quietly on the bank and watch the world wake up. One spring morning, I went to my favorite spot by the river. The sun was just rising. Birds were singing their morning songs. I noticed something special about the bamboo trees along the riverbank. The wind was blowing strongly. The bamboo trees bent low, almost touching the ground. But when the wind stopped, they gently returned to their upright position. They didn't break, even though the wind was so strong. I sat there for a long time, watching this amazing dance between the bamboo and the wind. Why didn't the bamboo break? Why did it bend instead? That day at school, something terrible happened. My teacher announced we would have a special test. It would determine who gets a scholarship to the city school. I had dreamed about this opportunity my whole life. But when I looked at the test paper, my mind went blank. I couldn't remember anything I had studied. My hands shook, and my heart beat fast. I wanted to cry right there in class. After school, I ran to the riverbank. I felt like I was breaking inside. I sat under the bamboo trees and cried. Why can't I be strong? I asked myself. Why do I feel so weak? As I sat there crying, the wind began to blow again. I watched the bamboo trees bend with the wind. They moved, not fighting against it. They accepted the wind's power. Then, when the wind died down, they stood tall again. Something clicked in my mind. The bamboo isn't weak because it bends. The next day, I talked to my teacher. I didn't do well on the test, I admitted. But I want to try again. My teacher smiled. There will be another chance next year. You have time to prepare. I felt a little better. But then my father got sick. He couldn't go fishing for weeks. Our family had no money for food or medicine. I felt the pressure building inside me again. I wanted to scream and give up. I went to the river every evening after helping my mother. I watched the bamboo trees bend in the wind. I remembered their lesson. Bend but don't break, I whispered to myself. One afternoon, I had an idea. I could make small baskets from bamboo strips. My grandmother taught me this skill when I was young. I gathered fallen bamboo branches. I cut them into small pieces. With careful hands, I wove them into beautiful baskets. I sold them at the market. At first, only a few people bought them. But soon, more customers came. They liked my work. I earned enough money for my father's medicine. I felt proud of myself. I hadn't broken under pressure. I had found a way to bend and adapt. When the scholarship test came again the next year, I was ready. I studied hard but didn't let the pressure overwhelm me. If I felt stressed, I went to the river. I watched the bamboo trees. I remembered to breathe and stay flexible. On test day, I felt calm. I did my best without fear. When the results came, I got the scholarship. I was going to the city school. At the farewell party, my teacher asked me, "What helped you succeed, Lily?" I thought for a moment. "The bamboo trees by the river," I said. "They taught me to bend but not break." My teacher looked confused. I explained how the bamboo bends with the wind but doesn't break. It showed me that strength isn't about never falling down. It's about getting back up when you do. My teacher nodded slowly. "That's wisdom beyond your years," she said. In the city school, life was challenging. The work was harder. The students came from rich families. I felt out of place many times. When I wanted to give up, I remembered the bamboo. I would close my eyes and picture the river. I would bend with the pressure but not break. I made friends slowly. I worked hard at my studies. By the end of the year, I was one of the top students. During summer break, I returned home. I brought books to share with my old classmates. I taught them how to make bamboo baskets. We sold them together and saved money for school supplies. More girls in my village started dreaming of going to city school. I showed them that it's possible. One day, a terrible storm came to our village. The wind blew harder than I had ever seen. Rain fell in sheets. I worried about the bamboo trees by the river. The next morning, I ran to check on them. To my surprise, most of the bamboo survived. They had bent so low that their tops touched the river. But when the storm passed, they slowly stood back up. Only the rigid trees had broken. The oak trees with strong, unbending branches were lying on the ground. The flexible bamboo stood tall once more. I realized something important that day. Life will always have storms. We cannot control the wind that blows against us. But we can choose how to respond. We can be like the oak tree, rigid and strong until we break. Or we can be like the bamboo, flexible and resilient. Bending doesn't mean weakness. It means wisdom. It means knowing when to be strong and when to be flexible. Now I am studying to become a teacher. I want to help other students facing difficult times. When they feel like giving up, I tell them about the bamboo. I take them to the river if I can. If not, I draw a picture of bamboo bending in the wind. I remind them, bend but don't break. This simple lesson has carried me through many challenges. It has helped me survive family problems, school pressures, and personal doubts. The bamboo didn't just teach me about nature. It taught me about life. This story teaches us an important lesson. Resilience isn't about never feeling pain. It's about feeling the pain and moving forward anyway. It's about knowing that after every storm, there is calm. After every difficult time, there is peace. When you feel like you're at your breaking point, remember the bamboo. Bend with the wind. Stay flexible. Keep your roots deep in what matters most. And when the storm passes, you will stand tall once again. I use this lesson in my daily life. When I face a difficult test, I remember the bamboo. When I have an argument with a friend, I remember the bamboo. When I feel overwhelmed by responsibilities, I remember the bamboo. Bend but don't break has become my life motto. It has helped me through more challenges than I can count. Next time you feel like you're about to snap, try this. Find something in nature that inspires you. It could be bamboo, a willow tree, or even the river itself. Watch how it handles difficult conditions. Learn from its wisdom. You might be surprised how much strength you discover within yourself. This story started with a simple observation by a river. It led to a lifetime of resilience. It shows that sometimes the greatest teachers aren't people. They're the natural world around us. Now I hope you will remember this story when you face your own storms. Be like the bamboo. Bend when you need to, but never break. Your roots are stronger than you think. Thank you for watching this English learning story. If you enjoyed practicing your listening and speaking skills with us, please subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Remember, every new word you learn opens a door to a wider world. We'll see you in the next story.